So many of you wrote to me over the weekend and said, David, can it be? Can it really be that a Trump-appointed judge is going to be involved in overseeing Trump's own indictment? Tell me it's not going to happen, because that seems so biased and disastrous. Well, it is part of the story, and I want to talk about it with you today. The New York Times reports a Trump-appointed judge who showed him favor gets the documents case. A surprise assignment of Judge Aileen Cannon could be a setback for prosecutors as they unveiled a sweeping classified files indictment. Judge Cannon, 42, a Trump appointee, shocked legal experts across ideological lines last year by intervening in the investigation and issuing rulings favorable to Mr. Trump, only to be rebuked by a conservative appeals court. The chief clerk of the courts in Florida's Southern District has said that new cases there are randomly delegated to its judges, even if they are related to previous ones. It was not immediately clear whether Mr. Trump lucked out or if an exception was made. Either way, legal specialists said Judge Cannon's return was significant. For those asking the question, Slate has a very good piece by Mark Joseph Stern. Judge Aileen Cannon can absolutely sink the federal prosecution of Trump. And this reads, the federal criminal case against Donald Trump for mishandling classified documents will be overseen at least initially by Judge Aileen Cannon. This is excellent news for Trump and exceedingly bad news for special counsel Jack Smith. Cannon's total lack of discipline, combined with her evident incapacity to experience shame, renders her a uniquely favorable jurist for the former president. Indeed, if she maintains her grasp on this case, it is nearly impossible to envision Smith securing a conviction in her courtroom. This is, of course, the opinion of Mark Joseph Stern. This command marked the first time in the history of the Republic, that her federal judge had claimed the power to stop a pre-indictment criminal investigation into a suspect. Cannon's previous overreach provoked genuine shock in legal circles and fear in the intelligence community, as it effectively blocked officials from assessing the seized documents for national security risks. But Cannon wasn't finished. She agreed to Trump's request for a special master and appointed Raymond Dearie, a well-respected federal judge. After Dearie tried to bring some discipline to the case, Cannon immediately ran interference for Trump, overruling an order that would have required the former president to either disavow or stand by previous claims that FBI agents were planted at Mar-a-Lago. And this goes on and on and on. And Mark Joseph Stern then gets to the critical part. Imagine that Cannon does preside over this case. She has infinite tools at her disposal to thwart the prosecution at nearly every turn. Big swings like tossing out the whole case, very real possibility in her courtroom of chaos, can be appealed and overturned. But at every step, there are opportunities for sabotage. Cannon can try to rig voir dire to help the defense stack the jury with Trump supporters. She can exclude evidence and testimony that's especially damning to Trump. She can disqualify witnesses who are favorable to the prosecution. She can sustain the defense's frivolous objections and overrule the prosecution's meritorious ones. She can direct a verdict of acquittal to render the jury superfluous. She can declare a mistrial prematurely for any number of reasons. Okay, I think you get it. So the backstop here, and a couple of lawyers wrote to me and said, you know, David, everything that's being written about what Aileen Cannon can do is true. It's not wrong, but it ignores that there are checks and balances from other judges that the prosecution could recur to if necessary. And it is not as scary as some of these articles are making it out to be. It's still scary, but just not quite as scary as some articles are making it out to be. We're going to be following the Aileen Cannon sort of narrative and story, because it is actually a potentially huge part of this prosecution. Maybe tomorrow, probably more after the arraignment on Wednesday. We will get back to this. One of our sponsors today is Bon Charge. I have always enjoyed dry saunas. You get in there, your heart rate is up, dilates the blood vessels, can soothe achy joints and muscles. It's relaxing. It's just a great way to remove a little stress. Boncharge is the creator of the infrared sauna blanket, which you can enjoy from home. Super easy to set up, heats up fast. You don't have to have your head inside like at a traditional sauna at the gym. Nice for meditating or reading, getting work done, relaxing. I have found it to be a great way to unwind at the end of a long day. Easy to clean, sleek, lightweight design, easy to store, and comes with a 12-month warranty. And of course, if you don't love it, returns are super easy. But I think you will love it. And you'll get 15% off when you go to boncharge.com/Pacman and use the code Pacman. The link is down below.